Hello friends and students, welcome to TP Chennai. Happy morning mom. Today's vocabulary, overturn. So what is the meaning of overturn? If something overturns or if you overturn it, it turns upside down or on its side. That is what we call it as overturn. So we do have one more meaning. If an authority overturns a decision, that a legal decision is not valid. That legal decision is not valid. So nullified, void. So hope you remember, right? Overturn. What are all synonyms? Reverse, upturn, invalidate, cancel, topple, to turn over, destroy, rescind, nullify, void. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: allow, accept, write, approve, keep, permit, sanction, validate, please. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: the thief had overturned some of the furniture in the house. The results of overturned previous findings. The results of overturned the previous findings. Hope you are clear, right? So nurse, an interesting one actually. So it is been given as promote, but we do have different meanings. To take care of a person or animal when they are ill. That we have seen, right? In many hospitals, nurses will be there. So to take care of a person or animal when they are ill. To spend a lot of time taking care of something as it grows or develops. So that also been called as nursing. To hold a drink for a long time without drinking it, that is also called nurse. And even feeding milk, breastfeeding, that also been called nurse. Remember all these things and all. And synonyms: encourage, nurture, caretaker, assistant, therapist, medic, attendant, administer, babysitter. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: hinder, neglect, disregard, torture, ill-treat, ignore. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: these trees were carefully nursed by the gardener. These trees were carefully nursed by the gardener. We can give even one more example. He gave up his job to nurse her bedridden mother at home. So he gave up his job to take care of, to nurse her bedridden mother at home. Veteran, old hand. What is the old hand, ma? Experienced. So a person who has had vast experience in a particular field or activity is what we call it as veteran. We do have one more meaning, ma. A member of the armed forces. A member of the armed forces, also called as veteran. So synonyms: skilled, trained, proficient, disciplined, practical, long serving, expert, old, steady, versed, hardened, experienced. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: novice means a beginner. Novice means a beginner. Unskilled, amateur, beginner. Inexperienced, apprentice. All these words can be related to antonyms. Selecting a few veteran players in a team is very important to balance. So selecting a few veteran players in a team is very important to balance a team. Even we can give one more example. He is a veteran of 2 world wars. He is a veteran of 2 world wars. That means he is a member of the armed forces and served in 2 world wars. Clear? Scurry, bustle. So scurry, to move hurriedly with a smart short step. To hurry to do something or to get something. That is what we call it as scurry, bustle. Synonyms: hurry, scamper, scuttle, rush, run, race, dash, whisk. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: slow, amble, walk, stroll, dawdle, creep, crawl. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example, pedestrians scurried for a cover when rain started. Next one, moot. Often discussed, argued about, but having no definite answer. That is what we call it as moot. Even we can say not important, not relevant, therefore not worth discussing. That is what we call it as moot. Doubtful. Synonyms: controversial, dubious, undecided, uncertain, debatable. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: certain, definite, decided, sure, settled, resolved, unquestionable, proven. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example, the court's decision became moot when the defendant was found dead. The court's decision became moot when the defendant was found dead. One more example we can give. We don't have enough money to go, so it's all moot anyway. We don't have enough money to go, so it's all moot anyway. Next one, transpire, occur, of a secret or something unknown came to be known, is what we call it as transpire. Synonyms: arise, chance, to happen, take place, become apparent, become known, be disclosed, revealed. All these words can be related to synonyms. Ma, we do have one more meaning for transpire. Ma, if a body or a plant transpires, it loses water through its surface or skin. That is what we call it as transpire. So even some more synonyms can be added. Vaporize, evaporate can be added to synonyms for transpire. Antonyms: cause, stop, prevent, fail, recede, invalidate, disallow, keep down. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example, what they thought which might have been interesting did not transpire. That means did not happen. What they thought which might have been interesting did not transpire. No one is willing to predict what may transpire at the peace conference. No one is willing to predict what may happen at the peace conference. A lot has transpired since we last spoke. A lot has transpired since we last spoke. All these can be given as examples. Clear? Emulate, copy, imitate. I don't think so I need to give any explanation for that, right? So imitate, mimic, follow. To copy someone's behavior or try to be like someone else because you admire or respect that person. That is what we call it as emulate. So again, synonyms: copy, imitate, mimic, follow, ditto, do like, make like, echo, mirror, reproduce. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: differ, oppose, neglect. Example, the kids emulated the characters very nicely in the play. He just wanted to emulate his dad. He just wanted to emulate his dad. That also can be given as one more example. Clear? Fetter. Fetter means to keep someone within limits or stop them from making progress, or to tie someone to a place by putting chains around their ankles. That is what we call it as fetter. Synonyms: confine, hamper, restrict, bind, hinder, handcuffs, curb. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: free, liberate, allow, assist, help, let go, release, permit. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example, COVID-19 fettered the company from further investments. COVID-19 fettered the company, restricted the company from further investments. Clear? These two already we discussed with different words. That means we have taken synonyms of those and again we come back to those words so that you can recollect those words. It will be very much useful for you. Rescind, cancel a law or order. So nullify. Nullify, if you remember the word, that is what synonym of rescind. Clear? You just go through that one. Rescind, cancel a law or order, to officially end a law, take back a decision or say that agreement is no longer exists. That is what the meaning of rescind. Synonyms: repeal, abrogate. Hope you remember the word annul, right? That day also we discussed when we discussed about nullify. So annul, reverse, recall, overturn. So yesterday or day before yesterday, I think we discussed about that word overturn. One more meaning is there, that is cancel, a law or order. So overturn, invalidate, nullify, all these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: introduce, enact, continue, legalize, ratify, permit, allow, uphold, enforce. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: we urge the committee to rescind its decision. We urge the committee to rescind its decision. The government finally rescinded the directive. The government finally rescinded the directive. One more example can also be given: heave, lift. So synonyms here it is been given as heft, which already we have discussed. To move something heavy using a lot of effort, or to throw something forcefully, especially something large and heavy, is what we call it as heave. Synonyms: raise, lift, heft, hurl, tug, pull, haul, fling, sling. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: put down, drop, lower, keep, lessen, destroy, finish, decrease, stop. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: he cleared the space, heaving the boxes out of the way. She heaved the sofa back into place. That also can be given as one more example. She picked up a heavy book and heaved at him. She picked up a heavy book and heaved at him. So that also can be given as one more example. Ma clear? Deft, skillful. A deft action is skillful and often very quick. That is what we call it as deft. Quick and neat in movement. Skillful in a quick, sure and easy way is what we call it as deft. Synonyms: adept, adroit, expert, proficient, ingenious, nimble, dexterous, ability. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: clumsy, slow, incompetent, inept, awkward, ignorant, stupid, unable, unskilled. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: Shyam is very deft at handling awkward situations. Shyam is very deft at handling awkward situations. She answered the journalist's questions with a deft touch. She answered the journalist's questions with a deft touch. Next one: certitude, conviction. Certitude, conviction. That is the state of being certain or confident, or a feeling of a absolute sureness or conviction. That is what we call it as certitude. Synonyms: certainty, assurance, sureness, inevitability, positiveness, belief, confidence. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: doubt, distrust, uncertainty, fear. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: management believes with a certitude that Gopal is the best candidate for the job. Management believes with a certitude that Gopal is the best candidate for the job. It is impossible to predict the outcome of the negotiations with any degree of certitude. It is impossible to predict the outcome of the negotiations with any degree of certitude. Ma, hope you are clear. That's end of today's session. Thank you very much for joining. We will meet tomorrow. Have a great day.